Good evening, it's Kuro in number 1. This is our first ranked game of the season, Season 13. Going over the matchmaking, have an enemy Lion, Jean Bart, Alaska, Benham, Mogador, and a Chungmu. My team is Musashi, Soyuz, Buffalo Black, Z46, and my little cockroach.
Hi.
Yeah, cockroach.
Why?
A little quieter, baby. They can hear you in the next county over. Yeah, that's better. So, the plan of action, I'm going to basically try to act as a damage sponge for the destroyers. This is relatively destroyer-heavy matchmaking. And Neustrashimy really can make a difference when you're absorbing damage that things like Black and Z46 can't really absorb. To put it into context, this build with Ovechkin, 3 repairs, it has the potential. Now that's if you space all of your repairs out perfectly, to have the HP pool of a Zal right up front in the battle. Not factoring in the Zal's repairs, but it's a lot of hit points. And I know there's a lot of people that scoff about this ship, but this ship is pretty strong. And it's strong because its ability to absorb damage and even just hang in there and just be the persistent spotter that your team needs. A 5.6 kilometer concealment, the only thing that outspots it in this ranked series is Yagumo. And a Yagumo, yeah, and Yagumo doesn't have a prayer against this thing. I mean, maybe if it's running reload and you get somebody that can really aim, but it's going to be a really uphill battle trying to fight through these heals, especially if the Neustrashimy can keep disengaging and getting a repair back up. So, yeah?
A juice?
No juice yet.
A juice? Why?
Hey.
Why?
You're alright.
Why?
Shh. So, this is a pretty nice move here. The Black's just letting me cap this. And he's just spotting out here. This is a sign this is an experienced destroyer player. You don't need 2 DDs on this cap. And he's sitting out here trying to make sure he's keeping things lit. And that's really good to see. He's got his sea mines headed up into this gap right here. I pick up the cap and I'm looking at what's going on right here, and this is going to be the first moment that I'm going to pause it. Z46 versus Mogador. Even with Hydro, Z46 is going to get smoked. This Mogador is basically going to rush right through his Hydro and get inside smoke firing range. The only chance that the Z46 would have would be to basically shoot him on the way in, stopping before he gets detected, and dumping torps right into the face of the Mogador. That's really the only way that you can deal with this, and then it's even risky because if this guy's running, nope, leave the Coke alone. You don't need that. No, you don't need that.
Dog.
Shh. Yeah, that's a dog, and now everybody in the world knows it's a dog. So really, that's an engagement that I see that I just want my Z46 to disengage from. Yeah, B. And looking at kind of where the enemy have been spotted, they're pushing heavy down into C. So I'm telling the Black, go back cap them. There's no radar in this game other than, or actually, well, there is radar. There's the Alaska. But the Alaska was last spotted right in here. So that's going to leave this cap undefended. These guys are making the stereotypical mistake of deathballing down to a cap. And as you can see, it doesn't work out. If you get a team that's aggressive about getting on caps like we were, we stepped on the cap, we got it flipped, and we're just, happy as a clam right here with these points ticking up in our favor. Here, got some ships spotted right here trying to take shots at the Chung Mu. For those curious, I still am running the build that I was running in random. Full gun build. With the exception of no AFT, running concealment expert. Now take a big HE hit there, but you're gonna start to see how much that I can repair. And I'm actually using this repair here because I expect to actually tank more, and it's just gonna keep, going and going and going. The radar is down, so I'm just gonna smoke up and just go to work on this Jean Bart. Pretty sure he's gonna eat torps here. He eats one right on the nose. And just going to keep putting that pressure on him. This is Chung Mu radar. Chung Mu is on the cap right now. Just going to pull back. Hey, calm down. Yeah, Sierra. Yeah, good job. So I'm just kiting away right here, and this is, you're probably not used to seeing the destroyer be this aggressive with their hit points that has a 5.6 kilometer concealment, and that's just because I've got all of these repairs available, and it's just makes it really, really hard to kill this boat. Shh, you're okay. You're okay. So the enemy team has pushed through. They have picked up C cap, but my black is pushed in, picked up B cap in return. So again, we still have points ticking in our favor. Now our black is doing the God's work here, pushing the Mogador off. That's can be a rough fight for a black. Beyond the time that he's using radar and smoke, and he's able to push it off, and that buys us some extra points to tick. Our Z46 goes down, unfortunately, costing us some points back. But again, you can see that I'm just pounding away here with demo expert on this captain. It's a pretty good fire chance. Hey, you're okay. You're okay. I'm not looking to pick a 2v1. I mean, I do have my repair, and my smoke will be coming back online shortly, but ideally not looking to pick a 2v1. What I'm looking to do instead, I'm not happy with the way that our Soya is pushed in. There's all these destroyers on his flank. Why would you try to push in there and try to rush into the enemy like this when we have points lead and all that? He literally should have just, hung out right here. Those DDs weren't going to rush him with me sitting there. And instead, cost him his ship. This will be radared by the Alaska again. I've thrown some predictive torpedoes out there that this Alaska is going to try to go for the Buffalo. If he pokes that island, he's going to have to angle at the Buffalo, or he's going to get wrecked. And this is what map control gets you. Right out of the gate, we took this part of the map. And then we shifted to this part of the map. And that's the reason why I didn't rotate north. Look at the crossfire that this Alaska's in. If he pushes around, he's got to angle at the Baltimore, or he's going to get dove struck. But when he angles at the Baltimore, he opens himself up for my torpedoes. Always think crossfire. Always. Those torpedoes do a number on him. Yeah.
Oh no.
And here, this is what I'm talking about. This is how crazy Neustrashimy is. I only have one gun on target. I'm being shot at by 2 DDs. Now granted, one of them's at range. I'm just going to pop my repair. I've got a fire on me. I'm just going to keep tanking. My friends are helping me. You know, oh, only got one gun here. I haven't lost that much HP, and you look at that Chung Mu in return, he's just evaporating. And that's kind of the capability that Neustrashimy has. She has almost an immunity period. That's the lion from across the map. She almost has an immunity period when you're being shot at by 1 or maybe 2 DDs that can't shoot very well, where the damage that you absorb just can't keep up with your repair, and you just end up, you know, it looks like your HP bar isn't really moving, or if it's moving, it might even be going up or just barely down at all, and this guy could be wailing on you, and that's incredibly frustrating trying to deal with, especially if you're in a destroyer that doesn't have repair, because you can't keep up with that. This Benham smokes up. Now, I don't think they saw that last hit, so he didn't see how low I got. I went on ahead, I burned the last repair just in case. But that last repair brings me up to about roughly a third of my HP. Now I do have the option here to smoke up and just start working this Mogador. I opt not to. And the reason is I believe that we're going to win on points alone. I believe my black is still pretty healthy. And if he gets A, at the end of the day, I don't care. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up a play to back cap C, because they're going to need to rush into B. I believe my black's going to kite out, not do anything foolish. And at the end of the day, these guys have a lot of distance to cover to get back in here, whereas I only have a short hop right onto C-cap, and I'll be able to stop their points. So you'll notice I'm not really pushing aggressive, and that's because the Lion was last spotted here. I want to make sure he's not doing next level battleship things and reversing into C-cap, and while I get spotted by the Benson, and you know, he can hammer me with his HE and make things a little closer. Now I do see that he is pushing north, and that's when I'm going to start turning in. And ideally, if I can find this Benham, great. If not, that's fine. At the end of the day, this is just the plan. This is plan Z, trying to step on C-cap. In the event that these guys are able to freeze the points on BCAP, I want to have an option to get those points going again, and that's what I'm doing right here. That's why I haven't tried to use this last smoke. I want to have a way to disengage, and points are going to run out here. Enemy team's not going to be able to make it, but even if they did, we've got a way to deal with that without really even risking our ship. I mean, that lion's still really healthy. It's going to take some doing to sink that guy. And that's the end of the game. So, first ranked game of the season. I don't know why all the stuff didn't pop up. I think it's a bug. I gotta go back and look to see if I got the rewards from the lower ranks. I ranked out last season, so I started at rank 10 too. And 1700 base XP is nice. Uh, that's mostly just chipping away at destroyers, dev striking the cruiser, and the cap. I mean, I did a chunk of damage to that Jean Bart, but it wasn't the end of the world. Uh, but my initial impressions about the economy makes me think that capping the XP rewards have been boosted, and that's why you're seeing that much XP for a base cap. Now, I only did one full capture point. Is it adjusted down if you cap excuse me, if you cap multiple times? I don't know yet. That'll be something that I'll find out in the future, and we'll be able to uh, discuss the economy or how the economy feels more precisely and in depth at that time once I can kind of get a feel for what rewards you're getting for what. So if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you're having a good night, and I will talk to you later.